My name is Rhapsody and welcome back to Slay the Spire, the high Ascension grind for the Silent. We're on 19 now, hell yeah, that means it's serious time. Time to put on our game faces. Random rare card, well, I mean all of these are garbage. I refuse to use the Meow Blessing exploit to just refresh these or anything like that. Every run gets a shot. Obtain a curse and transform 2 cards is a great way to have 3 bad cards in your deck, so probably a random rare card, except there is a lot of random rare cards for the Silent that are kind of unplayably bad. Well, not entirely unplayably bad, but like a lot of them are really bad. You know what? Starting Relic. Don't screw me, don't screw me, don't screw me, don't screw me. Screwed! Alright, excellent. Philo Stone, so we're probably dead before the first floor ends. Gain energy at the start of each turn. All enemies start with 2 strength. I didn't really have a choice as to whether or not I picked that one up. Or rather, what boss relic I got. I obviously had a choice as to what Meow's Blessing I got. Alright, so I definitely don't want to fight elites because the Sentinels in particular would absolutely destroy me. So there's an elite-free path that actually has like a lot of upgrades. We're going to go down that one. Whee! Just enough to block. Alright. I do appreciate getting a pretty overly aggressive hand on the turn where my enemy is blocking. I literally can't deal any damage this turn. We had 6 maximum, enemy had 9 blocks, so. Damn, we drew really well in that fight. Noxious Fumes. I mean, it makes sense for this to be a Noxious Fumes defensive deck, especially with weakness, so that we can keep up with the enemies and their extra strength. Accept 3 damage this turn, use the Dex potion. No, we accept 3 damage this turn, definitely. Definitely. This is annoying though. I definitely kill the frontliner, the Spike Slime, so that's 2 strikes. Because that decreases the amount of damage I take overall, like, pretty dramatically. I think I actually just double defend after that. I don't think I play Noxious Fumes this turn. As much as I want it out, accepting a bunch of damage just to get it on the field is really rough. Especially with how slowly it ramps. Yeah, it's possible that I was actually going to out-damage it just by playing the strikes. I think I may have done. Okay. Piercing Wail is actually really, really, really good. Helps us offset the negative of Philo Stone, but when you already have your Noxious Fumes factory up, you basically just use Piercing Wail to pass a turn, and they get more poison, and they take another tick of poison. It's real good. Piercing Wail actually would have been really, really, really good at the start of this combat. The backliner is charging themselves up, so they're going to be the one I hit there. Because they just buffed themselves, they're going to be more potent than... Oh, gosh. See, look at this situation. I can't kill anyone. I can't defend myself. 24 damage. I had no capability of dealing with that. Ugh. Just 14 straight through. Very lame. We're gonna need, like, defensive cards. Just so many defensive cards. Got him. Blur. Totally fits this deck. Upgrade 2 cards for 20 HP just because we're not fighting elites this floor. I think I'm capable of doing that. Especially considering it ended up upgrading, 2 defensive cards. I think that was actually worth. I do need to just remove a target from the field as quickly as possible here. So if I only defend with 2, I'm defending with 13. 13 on 2's 15. Okay, so I'm actually going to have to defend with all of my might. See what I mean? Just straight up 15 damage. There's nothing I can do about that one. Ugh. I'm entangled this turn as well, so... Oh, thank you! That is the best turn that we could have gotten while entangled. I'm gonna exhaust the slime. I want to be able to draw my defenses more regularly. Otherwise, I think I'm probably already dead. Okay. Okay, things are starting to turn around. Sure, we've only got 3 HP left, but who needs more than that? And we're now dead. Yeah, we defend for a maximum, 13, 13, 17, 17, 24. Yeah, we're just extremely dead. There's literally nothing we can do. So if we use the Dex Potion at the very start of that fight, like, I would feel really bad using a Dex Potion in a normal combat, but maybe that's something I need to actually start considering whether or not I should do. That was just really unlucky. After the Jaw Worm, we just got real unlucky. That's okay, though. That is totally okay. I just want to see another run with an early Noxious Fume so that I can just take it, build around it, that kind of thing. And we continue once more. All right, removing 2 cards is always lovely. Get that debt consistency. We didn't even lose our gold to do that, so we can go to an early shop, take another card removal. All right, I'll take a way to kill an elite over a card removal over anything else. That's my ordering consideration here. Just because we have an elite relatively early on this path, but we are planning on only taking out the 1, so. Although, thankfully, we do have the option later to divert if we do want to take on more elites. If we think that somehow we've accrued the power. Oh, just short, dang. Like, there's no way that I could have fought that without taking damage. That's the thing that's, sometimes. I kind of want to take Dagger Throw, because Dagger Throw will enable me to start taking other discard synergy cards. Things to kill elites, like Masterful Stab is good early and then not. The fact that I can't take this Panache is extremely sad to me. Alright, we're just gonna go for a normal strike removal. Should I take the well-laid plans now that I'm gonna be drafting cards that I want to discard? So I want to keep those in hand until I have the discard synergy? I think I'll take it, but see, the problem is we have maximum of 4 spaces and then we have to fight an elite. We have literally no choice not to fight an elite this floor. Again, a lot of people ask me to stop fighting elites because they kill me. You can't always do that. It's not always a thing, right? Especially in High Ascension. Ah. Alright. Defend, neutralize, both got upgraded, not bad. Lose well-laid plans, obtain a relic. You know what? This is a 40 gold relic, right? It's effectively what it was for me. Matroshka, the next 2 chests you open contain 2 relics. At least let's get to the chests then. So I can decide at that point whether or not I've done a good thing. Damn. Yeah, if I actually want to fully defend myself, and I do, I had to play 2 defensive cards that turn. Not exactly ideal. With the upgraded defend, I mean, even without the upgraded defend that turn, we were fine, but all's well. Okay. Our potion. Calculated Gamble definitely goes into a deck like this, but so does Dagger Throw. Calculated Gamble currently doesn't achieve anything for me, is the thing, right? Whereas Dagger Throw does. It does, 9 damage. So Calculated Gamble, Calculated Gamble has been into the game for a very, very, very long time. And back when it was changed to its current incarnation, or rather back before that, it was 1 energy, discard your hand, or rather it was 0 energy, discard your hand and draw that many cards. And then the upgrade was draw that many cards plus 1. At that point, it has no card negative, right? Consider the fact that if you have a hand of 4 cards, plus Calculated Gamble, so a hand of 5 cards, you play Calculated Gamble, you get back a hand of 4 cards. You are at a card negative, right? It used to be wiped out by the upgrade on Calculated Gamble, but then that was changed. So the benefit to Calculated Gamble, part of it, in order to offset that card negative value that you get, part of it needs to be you have some value from the things you're discarding, and we have nothing like that at the moment. This still does 9 damage. This is like so many elites. I can probably use a power potion to kill a single elite. No, fine. I definitely can't just take on all of them. I think I'm gonna upgrade both of my dagger throws first, though. Get some aggression. Obviously, the kinds of things that I'm hoping to see are... what am I hoping to see? Well, tacticians, definitely. Reflex, obviously. Reasonable opening damage right there. I still think I need to use aggression a lot of the time here. So. Probably gonna strike, defender, neutralize. Yeah. I want to kill them before we get to the point that I'm just heavily crippled in terms of my HP. Attack or defend? Do I have lethal next turn? So consider that there's no way both of the dagger throws are on the bottom of my deck, so I'm drawing at least one, which means I will at the very least have both of those. I've got 1 strength down. No, I've got 2 strength down at the moment. Right, I've got to remember that. 2 strength down. Okay, so this is 7, this is 10, 7, 10, 15. I can play another one, so it's 4. Wait, 7, 10, 17. 4 takes that to 21, which means if I strike this turn, then I kill next turn, saving myself the 15 damage that would be coming in that turn. Really important to think that turn ahead right there. Letter opener, every time you play 3 skills in a single turn, deal 5 damage to all enemies. See, this is a problem. We'll take backflip because it's nice, but... And it'll work super helpfully with our extra energy that we hopefully end up getting from Tactician. Paper Crane, enemies with weak deal 40% less damage rather than 25%. And Ancient Tea set, whenever you enter a rest site, start the next combat with 2 extra energy. Well, now we just need a lot of weakness cards in our deck. This actually does damage with its own damage. Like, that's to say, I don't use poison or some power effect or any of that kind of thing to deal damage. So I do need to not be weakened. So I can't take the Curse of Doubt now. I clicked the wrong card. All right. Super High Ascension. Clicked the wrong card. This just literally restarts the fight, by the way. Doing the exact same thing. I'm doing the exact same thing. It would be correct to strike, but I don't want it to be a cheat. It's just fixing the mistake that I made. Cool. Saving that HP, I feel, especially with how little HP I have left, is going to be important. Bouncing Flask, Endless Agony, and All-Out Attack. All-Out Attack provides some AoE as well as a little bit of discard synergy, but unreliable discard synergy. I think we're possibly dead in this combat, actually. No, the Neutralize might be enough to keep me around. Interesting. That's not how I wanted that to happen. I should have discarded the all-out attack. I was thinking that for some reason I was going to end up playing it. That was a strategic mistake rather than a misclick, so no reset. Roll piercing well, no. Damn. Yeah, this run's probably dead. I mean, look, we've got the slime boss up there. I've taken purposefully aggressive cards and AoE, but I really don't think we're getting past the slime boss. Sadly. We would need more defensive things, which I've been looking for, I can tell you that much, but that doesn't mean I'm finding them. Ease. Gosh. Just short. Alright. Got him. Gosh, none of these are weakness. I'll take the sneaky strike as some damage dealing, I guess. Because I do discard a lot of cards. Here we go. We sneakily struck him. Takes exactly 1 damage this turn. But it's super okay. Pop. Reflex. Reflex definitely goes in this deck. The thing is, if I rest here, I'm resting for 18 HP. That takes me up to 29. I have 1 weakness in the deck. Oh, if I rest here, there is the theoretical possibility that I live through the first attack. There's no way I do enough damage fast enough. Like, I have 3 turns to deal 75 damage. This deck can't do that. So I have to rest. Otherwise, I'm definitely dead. Now, I also have to decide whether I want to use the power potion. And if I do I want to use it earlier or later? Unless it's Wraith form, I want to use it early. I'll take 1,000 cuts because that actually could be super helpful in this combat. Just in terms of providing some sudden AoE. Well, we've neutralized you. Unfortunately, we couldn't guarantee the discard on reflex there. Both of our dagger throws were on the bottom of our deck. Somehow, I have no clue how that happened, but somehow that's the case. All right, we did end up splitting them in that many turns. And now we're dead. Come on, there's nothing I can do with this hand. There's no defensive cards at all. We weren't offered any good defensive card that entire floor. We had a dodge and roll, sure, but we had no decks. So the dodge and roll actually would have been worse than a defend in a lot of situations, at the very least for the upfront effect. And the upfront effect is what you care most about, at the very least in boss fights. All right, well, at least it got to the boss, so this one's got a bonus. I mean, come on, yes. Card removal. Yes, come through card removal. Ooh. 2 elites. Like the left-hand path has the 2 elites, and then I can decide after this shop whether or not I want to go for another one, but it has like a really good opening path with a lot of question marks, and I love it. I want to do it. Not that way. Okay, at the very least we have the neutralize in the second hand. That is exactly what you want. Hopefully I've got, yeah, neutralize. And 3 strikes. Hell yeah, we actually managed to kill the cultist. Nice. Without, you know, taking a bunch of damage on the meantime. I do want to do the discard build, and it's very clearly offering me similar stuff again. But I think if I just take the poison stab, I'm probably going to be better off against the elites. I think I just need to deal with my immediate threats. Speaking of, yeah, it's another slime boss, so I think I need to deal with my immediate threats more than I need to deal with possible future threats. Backline only needs 4 damage to go down. Hell yeah. Dagger Spray, Blade Dance, Deflect. We'll take a Dagger Spray as a little bit of AoE for this deck. Also as a consideration for the Sentinels. Sentinel Sentry, I don't... it's fine. Either works. I don't really get hung up about the actual names of characters in games like this. I have played, over 1,000 hours of this game, and there are certain characters that I still call the wrong name. But I have played way more than that of like Binding of Isaac and even Hearthstone to some extent. And in Binding of Isaac, I know none of the enemies' names. They're all called like Gaper and Moor or anything like. Okay, I do know those two. I know the boss's names at the very least, but everyone's just like that guy, that dude. Same thing in Gungeon for me as well. Can't be bothered learning new things. You kidding me? I'm gonna take the second Poison Stab for some reason. I think this is the deck where I give Poison Stab the chance to be all of my offense. So let's see what you got, Poison Stab. Step up to the plate. Impress me. Pretty sure that makes you split this. Yeah, it does. Good. Just gotta get one of them down in time, and I'll be okay. Stack all the poison on the same member because it's more effective that way. Dag Spray kills the front line. I'm fully defended against the back line. Or I would have been fully defended if it wasn't for the frailty. That's what I was counting there. My bad. Goodbye, slime. Hello, elite. Flying knee, heel hook, prepared. I can take a flying knee. I need some defensive cards in this deck, by the way, now. Definitely. With the Fairy in a Bottle, I'm feeling a little better against these kinds of enemies than I otherwise might. Okay, hopefully the next hand has Ascender's Bane and Flying Knee. It does. Cool. Because that means that I now have a turn upcoming with 4 energy, and I've already burned the Ascender's Bane out of my deck. Which helps me guarantee that I open the match with the absolute best turn that I could have opened it with. Neutralize following that immediately, that was also really good. Yeah, I'm actually going to full defend this turn because we do have a secondary source of damage against this enemy, and it's the poison. Still going to have to throw the poison. Oh gosh, is that lethal? It is! Hello, lethal! Dang! Prayer Wheel. Normal enemies drop an additional card reward. And that's above Bane Caltrops. No. Actually, you know what? I'll take Bane in this deck. Just one energy. Like, for this deck, it is most often going to be 1 energy, 20 damage. That's pretty wild, right? Wing Boots! You may ignore paths when choosing the next room to travel to 3 times. So you can see I could just go over here to this elite if I wanted to. Or I can continue going to this elite. Hang on. Well, this has a rest. Seeing as if I fight that, then I have to go... Yeah, so if I am passing, I'm passing now. Alright. Leads the Century. Yikes. Alright. Here's something real cool. I could kill the sentry that's attacking this turn, but it's important to kill one of the sentries in the front or the back so that you don't get hit with ridiculously large and powerful turns. If I get the steroid potion, can I could kill the sentry this turn with that, but I could kill the sentry in the back line with that. It'd be neutralized to remove the artifacting, lower poison stab for 9 damage. So hang on, this is 8. This would be 9, 5, 14, so it's 22, and then Bane would actually be another 30. So 52 damage. And we can take 20 away from that, and it would be the effect of doing it without our steroid potion. We could actually kill without the steroid potion. Hell yeah. Sure, we have to cop 10 this turn, which is pretty bad. But now we get the steroid potion for a dagger spray instead. Oh gosh. Just short of being able to kill the sentry that turn as well. Yikes. At least I know I'm fully defended next turn. Perfect. That will do it. Paper Crane! Enemies with weak deal 40% less damage rather than 25% less damage. We now need weakness. Extremely. Dodge and roll, endless agony, and paper. We'll take the escape plan because it doesn't have a negative effect on the deck at the moment. Scarred by flames. It's probably the sentries though. I'm probably dead to them if I fight them again. Right? Because it's gored by horns is the gremlin horn, and then trampled is the Lagavulin, and then seared or burnt is the sentries, I believe. Alright, I'm gonna rest in this one. And then I am gonna go for the elite here. Like, this deck does need something defensive. Fine. Fine. Not happy about it, though. Kiss the girl on the knob. Ugh, that's rough. That's really rough. Getting Bane before we get either of our poison stabs there is just ridiculously unfortunate. Also, having a hand that only costs 3 energy the turn after I gain extra energy is pretty unfortunate as well. Yeah, if we drew in a different order, the enemy would already be dead because of the Bane's extra hit and just prioritizing damage. We get to keep our Fairy in a Bottle. That's part of the reason we rested. The Boot, whenever you would deal 4 or less unblocked attack damage, increases to 5. Is poison a thing that this deck really does? Take the piercing thumb. Now, here, I think we need to use the Fairy in a Bottle to save us against the first hit from the enemy. God, we're just dead in this fight again, ain't we? I could try and upgrade the Dagger Spray. See if that helps. Upgrading Neutralize is another thing. The possibility of it helping with Paper Crane. I think I desperately need to use the Strength Potion as soon as I go into the fight. If I rest, I'm gaining 19 HP. We're going to 26. 26 with weakness applied on the 3rd turn. But the thing is, I would have to have Neutralize on the 3rd turn because Neutralize isn't upgraded, so it only applies 1 week. So I would need to play it that turn to help deal with the Slime Boss's effect. Alright. Footworks is a later thing. Let's go for damage. 5 slimes in the deck. Pretty ridiculous. Poison Stab and then Bane. That's also pretty ridiculous. Damn. Split him a turn early. At the very least, I've got Dagger Spray in my next hand. Which is nice. I also think I need to go for the second hit there before I defend, because I need to get them very close to being able to split them. Otherwise, I'm dead. Oh, gosh. Damn it. And now we're also weakened. And I drew the Bane again before my source of weakness. So if I play the defend, I'm dead. So I literally have to just go all out in terms of damage against the Acid Slime. But now I know that I have 21 Acid Slimes on the board. I'm dead this turn. I'm dead, in fact, 3 times over this turn. Just watch. Yeah. Well, if they all could have connected. Yikes. Slime Boss, eh? Good lord. A rough early boss for the moment. My name is Rhapsody. The name of the game has been Slay the Spire. We didn't even leave the first floor this time. That's Ascension 19 for you. Hopefully you've been enjoying yourselves, and hopefully we'll see you next time.